Welcome to Trailer Build 1.4. First off, I have been listening to Paul Akers' audiobook. Paul Akers is the owner and CEO of FastCap, and they are all about efficiency and lean manufacturing. And I've caught the bug. I've been going crazy with some things. So I've made several lean improvements to my trailer since my last video. None of these changes are going to be absolutely permanent. I still need to make some adjustments and really refine them more. First thing I did is I put in some screws and some hooks right here to hold some jigs that I have. This is a jig for my miter saw that helps me with my stop blocks in repetitive cuts. This is 10 inches and 5 inches exactly. This is an auxiliary, just kind of a clamping jig that I can use for a fence for my router or just other things. Plywood carrier, magnets just stuck up there, that's been that way. On my miter saw, I'm always looking for my push stick. The other day I was making a cut, and you always start the cut and then you reach for your push stick and it wasn't where I wanted it to be, so I just got some Velcro and Velcroed it on there. I installed some hooks for my 100-foot extension cord. I have a garden hose reel wall mount coming, should be here Thursday from Amazon. Put some hooks here for my ladder. I have one of these little giant style ladders. That way I don't have to carry more than this one. I might do away with this one and get 6-foot one day, but for now this one's it. My problem I'm running into for efficiency and workflow and all that kind of good stuff is right here. I have my Multifunction Slabs and 4 of the Dewalt folding adjustable height sawhorses. That's my go-to sawhorse. So I have 2 slabs, 4 sawhorses. I want 1 more slab and 2 more sawhorses so I can have 3 workbenches, 6 sawhorses. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build a garage that holds those in place. I'm going to figure out a way that I can just set them in there and not have to clamp them. Above it, I'm going to build a Ron Paulk style tool organizer divider system. And then I'm also going to put in a few modular drawers just to hold drill bits, things like that, so that everything's right there where I need it, especially all my rigid cordless tools. And that's all the major changes right now. Oh, except for electricity. My electrical system is very, very crude. One day I will wire it correctly. Power strip plugs in extension cord that goes to the house. Up here I had a 10-foot cord that I ran over. I was able to plug in my charger right there for now. It won't stay there. But that's my changes I've made since my last video. This little thing's awesome. It's a countersink and drill bit and a driver bit on the other, and you can change this bit out for whatever you decide to use. Attaching a cross member on the back to give me something to bolt this into. Then I'm going to put another one down here and then one in front, and then I'll square it all up once I start mounting it. where I stopped last night. Now I'm going to put a cross member across here, that way I can slide in my workbenches without having to strap them down. Okay, here's my solution to my workbench storage. I built this little garage. Eventually there's going to be shelving that will sit directly on top of this, such as this. Maybe some drawers to organize my drill bits and an organizer. What I've done is it's 18 inches to the bottom of this, so plus 3 is 21. My workbenches are small and lightweight, so I can lean them out like this, and this way if they fall over, they're in transit, they're not going to go past here, and that's no problem. They're light enough that I can easily lift them up and then carry them out, and then when I come in, lift up, they're quickly in place, and then just a quick doodad like that, they lean over. The reason I did it like this is I don't have any kind of latch, any kind of bungees that I have to put in place. It took me a while to come up with a solution, but it turned out it was the simplest one. At one point I had bars coming through here that would pivot down and make like an X across it to hold it in. But this way, I don't have to do anything like that. And my rigid boxes, I don't even have them closed right now, can sit in front, and then I can still get them out. So that'll work with my sawhorses, that'll work with everything I need it to work for, because eventually I'm going to have 3 of these multi-purpose slabs. One is set up for my router table, and the other is just going to be a copy of this one. And 6 sawhorses, it'll all fit in here. I can put things in front of it. Eventually I'm going to paint this white to match my cabinets, and might do a solid panel of some kind in between just to make it look nicer. But that's it. That's a huge improvement for today. Okay guys, I made one more temporary improvement before I'm going to call this 1.4 and go back to work. I did all of this one evening. I got off early. I finished up a job around 4:30, and between 4:30 and dark, so about 2.5 hours, I got this improvement done, and it's going to save me probably 2 or 3 minutes a day, multiple times a day if I do that. So that adds up. So what happens now when we walk in the trailer is I have my table saw, miter saw right here, and I want to find a different solution to that. It bugs me. I know it would be more efficient to not have the gravity stands, but the gravity stands are, to me, worth their weight in gold and worth the space they take up from the ease of rolling them in and out to the job site. I still have over here modular cabinets. Okay, now we come to this solution right here. This is what I made today. This is my garage for my workbenches. This part's pretty much done, and the last thing I did is I just took some scrap wood and my brad nailer and just nailed on a little lip all the way around, so that now I can just set my rigid tools right on top. They're not going to fall off. They're quick to grab. Because what I was doing is I had them in all my rigid tools in the rigid modular boxes, and it worked. The problem is I had to kind of stuff them in there just right for them all to fit, and then I had to dig through, and whenever I was taking this in, I was taking all my tools. I don't need my circular saw every day. I don't need my sawzall every day. Most of the time, impact driver, multi-tool, and a drill gets me done. So now I have this empty to kind of start using it as my everyday box, because it rolls, and so anything else will sit on top of it, lock in, and roll. So now it's empty, and it can just sit right here against my garage, out of the way. Still have an alleyway for materials. Still can access my workbenches quickly and efficiently. This is a temporary improvement. It's not going to stay that way, but it's continuous improvement all the time. This is going to work for me for a week or two, And then I'm going to build my tool organizational unit above that, which will be permanent and wonderful. And we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, guys.